The digitalization of private capital has accelerated in 2024. Firms are past implementing large core systems, and now they're thinking about incremental gains of value add from best-of-breed technologies that sit alongside core systems and data. The technology has improved, the service providers have improved. With the introduction of AI, everyone's focused on where do we get the value add from. The first trend that we're seeing in 2024 is firms wanting to scale AUM without increasing operational headcount. And to do that, it's all about efficiency, and it's really about efficiency with data. So as that fundraising machine is turning, you've got to be able to press a button, you've got to be able to get those reports out, whether that's the track record, whether that's the pitch decks, the supporting materials, in a much more automated way. To do that, you've got to have controls in place, you've got to have accurate data flowing in upstream, and you've got to have the process in place to then funnel that data into the reporting. The second trend that we're seeing in firms is a desire to deleverage the investment team. And what I mean by that is you've got some expensive, high-value resources, often doing low-value tasks. And one example of that is maybe an investment execution where you've got a number of different deal teams, they're independently executing on deals, but they're kind of doing that in silos, which means you've got people that aren't doing it repeatedly, they aren't learning from the process. So what we're looking for is how do we introduce some tech to support that? How do we introduce some workflow tools? And how do we get other people in the organization supporting that, maybe through a middle office or something else where you've got maybe resources that are more dedicated to those tasks, allowing the investment team to then focus on sourcing deals and operating the companies they've invested in. The third trend we're seeing is firms want to be AI ready. And AI readiness is almost certainly coming back down to data and data quality. We're seeing firms are experimenting, implementing, trying AI tools, but they're unsure if they're getting the value. One reason they're not getting value is that the data quality is poor or there's gaps in the data. And to solve that, you've got to have a data platform. You've got to have a way of bringing in these different data sets from the front, middle, and the back office, using master data management to join them up, and then apply the AI tools at it. We've spent the last year implementing Holland's Atlas product to do exactly that. The fourth trend that we've seen over the year is firms want to stop shadow bookkeeping. It's inefficient, it's consuming resources, and it's not adding value. But firms can't stop shadow bookkeeping unless they've got admin oversight, unless they've got control of that data, and they've got trust and confidence. So we're spending a lot of time helping firms work with their fund administrators to bring that data in-house into their data platform, something like Atlas and the fund admin oversight module. And then we're spending the time to introduce new controls to build that confidence that doesn't require you to do it yourself in Excel. The last trend is about white glove servicing, and I guess historically there's been a lot of reluctance to not do that because you want to be standard, and in a way being standard increases efficiency, but in difficult fundraising with more demanding LPs, inevitably you have to perform the white glove service. So how do you do that? Well, you think about having more efficient processes, you think about more control of the data so that even if it is white glove and it's bespoke for one investor, you've put the time in up front to develop it, but then you've got an efficient process where it is push button and you're able to get those results. It can't be white glove service where someone has to spend time individually on each request every quarter. Better use of unstructured data. And this is documents. This is how you store documents, where you store it, how you strip out old versions, how you meta tag those documents, so that as generative AI improves, you're able to point those tools at the right place to get more value from that content. The second trend of 2025 is firms thinking about introducing flexibility in the operating model to get benefit from the ever-growing landscape of AI solutions. And to do that, you've got to be nimble, and you've got to be able to integrate, whether that is in a core system or whether that's a best-of-breed solution. The last piece of advice that we give to clients is to be open-minded, continue evaluating technology, particularly AI that's in the market, because it's evolving fast, and even if you're happy with your tech stack today, there could be a better solution tomorrow, and you may want to move to it.